Well, hello everyone, and thank you for joining us for another episode of Iron Panther Presents. This is a bittersweet episode as we say goodbye to Book 3, as we refer to it as the Thomas Crime Family story, Season 4, Episode 10. And as we know, next season will be the last season. We see that Kanan is turning it into Tariq. And I want to really discuss the pros and cons of who had more of a reason to actually kill their parents. But anyway, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to this channel. You can like on the video and comment on the video, share the video, also watch the video to the end. We put out all the stuff. Anyway, so let's do the intro and then we get to it. Oh, wait. I got to do it now. Wait. This is going to be funny. Wait. You ready? I got to do it.
This is awesome. This is amazing. I love it.
It was psychological. It was emotional.
Extremely entertaining.
But as always, as we try to say here, as we said, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. And as we talk about this video, please like on the video and comment on the video, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Hey, all right. We are together. Thanks to everyone for being with us one last time. But we got other stuff, so don't leave us just because we're not doing power. We got other things to discuss. But anyway, I got positives. For this episode. Team, does any one of you have a positive that you would like to share?
I guess my background,
All right, Jamani. Let's do it. Who is behind you?
That is Breeze. I'm like, I could feel like, they've been teasing this for so many seasons that I could feel like the collective orgasm from like a Mark Dark and all the other power podcasters.
Did you feel it on your face, or where did you feel it? I just want to make sure. Anyway, go. I'm sorry. Continue.
Yeah. No, it was just that they finally paid something off that I don't know what to do with it now. Like, you bring this up on a season finale, and it's just okay. You've introduced Breeze. Okay,
let's start this feeling real quick. We got Breeze was just like Cole from Martin. I will give you that. He was very 90s. They wanted to make sure he knew what time it was, if you will.
I found that to be very disrespectful. Like, he's supposed to be from East New York. I spent a lot of time in East New York during that time period. Nobody dressed like that.
How old were you in that time period, Jamani? Stop it.
Two.
8 to 12. 8 to 12.
8 to 12. So let's not. You're not the authority, okay? let's not do that. But Kim, real quick. And I'll do. What do you think of the introduction of the Breeze?
All I can say is finally. That's it. That's all I can say is finally. And he's a very handsome young man. What is it with having shorter men as the like these big, trying to be big bosses? Because he's very short. He's like Ghost, right? I'm like,
consistent.
Yeah.
So when they introduce,
absolutely.
So how about that? They're like, hey, just because you small in stature don't mean you can't step up.
That's it.
You'll also beat up somebody's molester stepfather and somehow knock him down. And yes, but he did seem taller than Kanan, at least. It looked, maybe it was the hat, but I feel like
he might be. Well, I think him and Kanan might be neck and neck because Kanan had on some Timbs.
All right.
And I believe that that Breeze had on Timbs too. Timbs gives you about this much, and a lot of smaller men wear Timbs. So
I did not know that.
Or Nike.
I know that was the shoe
Nike
of choice for a small man. All right, so this I liked. Yes, we've been talking about this since like season 1. I felt like this should have been the end of season 2, so we could get the story along. I felt like that should have been the end of the episode. That they did it too early, and that all they had to say was, "This is my nephew. His name is Breeze."
That's it. Boom. Black. That's it. Blackout.
That's all you need. Fade to black. And now people are like, season 5, episode 1. Let's get to it, because they kind of took away from the moment making it to me very, very, very clear we're not seeing Breeze too much next season, because they're like, we ain't trying to rush it. We want this to be natural. We just want to introduce you to don't see him in season 5, episode 1. No. Like, you might see him in 7 or 8. but he ain't the new. I'm like, he's not replacing Unique, right? And I'm like, so you're doing too much. You're doing way, way too much talking, because you did force it at that point to me. Right, just the name, because we're like, oh shit. But the more he talked, I was like, I ranked this episode a 5 because we finally met Breeze. Very good actor, so he can do anything script, and the 3 is from Marvin surviving. So let's we're gonna get into Marvin, because I really thought this was his last days on Earth too. Worst introduction in Power history. I was like, damn.
But does anybody think that Breeze? Okay, so we got Unique, right? Unique is about to go to war with Rock, right? So does anybody believe that Unique this season 5 he's gonna be gone early, like maybe episode 1, 2, Unique is killed, excuse me, and now we have Breeze, right, as the big heavy, right? Or no?
No.
I don't think this is that version. Like, the way they introduced him, he's still up and it's kind of like Boardwalk Empire, when like Nucky Thompson was the show, right? But they gave you Al Capone, right? They gave you the big boys as they were coming up, and only in the final couple of episodes did you see Al Capone rise and fall, and he was just kind of there. And I feel like that's what this is supposed to be. Like, you might get. I feel like last episode is. Unique gotta go. I mean, so I'm hoping somehow Breeze and Kanan that's how Breeze and Kanan come together.
Right.
As they take out Unique. And they
well, that's what I mean, like that well, something like that.
Well, I mean, like episode 5 or 6, not early. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like it's gonna be later in the thing, because if you once Unique goes, then really Rock has to go, so you can have Kanan be in that role. And then if we're trying to keep it to history, Lou and Marvin gotta go. They can't be around.
No, they're definitely going to die. Yeah, for sure.
I don't believe that.
What's up, Jamon?
On there's such a big gap between this. Like, it's gonna be a 20-year gap between this and the start of Power. So I'm like, anything can happen in 20 years. So I'm like, if you're really counting on Marvin and Lou, basically everybody, all the main characters in the show being dead, I wouldn't stick by that.
But Jamon, you're not making sense. Like, Ghost and Tommy only knew Breeze, Kanan, and Jukebox when she was introduced finally, and they kind of mentioned her name. So, like, there was no mention of any uncles, definitely not a mama. So they have to be gone by the time Ghost and Tommy come around. They don't have to get to episode 1 of Power Book 1. They gotta get to the point that they're the top boys on the block, and they take out Breeze to make room for Kanan, and then they take out Kanan, and then Tasha has to be there, because it was Tasha's idea to kill Kanan. So we still got to get to that.
No, that you're conflating things, because I'm like, Tasha came so far after. It was Ghost and Angie in high school or whatever, and then he met Tasha when he was an adult because of the age difference between the two of them.
Also, but then you're proving my point. Like, Lou and fucking Marvin and Rock gotta go, because it's Ghost, Tommy, and Angie. To your point, Ghost, Tommy, and Angie. Angie leaves in 1996, bruh, because then soon after, Tasha gets on board, but she is the one that told Ghost to kill Kanan. Like, they're not going to go that far, but I'm saying,
you keep saying that that Tasha came soon after. I'm like, it's years after. I would say probably like 2000 or something, because she probably had like Tariq in like 2001, 2002.
That's still 90s, man. I mean, even with that, she didn't show up pregnant. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, when did Kanan go to jail?
Kanan was in jail for 5 years, I believe.
Nah, it was longer than that. It was 8. It was longer than 5. It was, DeMarcus.
It was between 8 and 10. I can't remember exactly. It was between 8 and 10.
All right. So if you give it 10, right? That's 2004.
So again, I'm not my whole point. They're not going to take this show to the point that Kanan goes to jail. I'm saying Kanan and Breeze were the streets, like they were in charge. So you can't have Rock and Lou and fucking Marvin around unless they're working for Breeze and Kanan, and that doesn't make any sense. Kanan went to jail for 10 years. So I'm saying, like, they have to go. It has to be at the minimum. At the minimum, it's Breeze, Kanan, and somehow Jukebox is in the mix to the extent before she goes off to DC.
I'm
Do
like,
you think
so
maybe there might be
just move away and go to California with Jessica or whatever, or something like, I don't necessarily think it's exclusive that they have to die.
Okay, let's look, Kim. You said,
do you think that maybe they'll do a time jump? Do you think that might happen, like for the next season?
So thank you for that segue. Because you know me, details. So I pulled up gravestones. So Nicole died in April 1991 in the first season. Okay. It is now barely November 1992. Grandma dies. So I'm like, we got a few years to even get to the scene of Ghost and Tommy about to go talk to Kanan and Breeze, and Angie's at the school. Like, it's good. They have to do a time jump to even get close to that, what we know, right? And it was Kanan and Breeze, and if I remember correctly, they were trying to introduce themselves. Like, they were really just kind of up and coming corner boys, at this point. So Jamani, to your point, they don't have to kill everybody, but Lou is not leaving if Raquel is still alive. Like, he's like, I'm riding with you, sis. So Rock has to go. Like, Rock has to go.
I have no doubt about her dying.
Well, either she's dying or she's going to jail. We don't know. It could be either or. But with Lou and Marvin, they're already setting up Lou's death, right? Because remember, he shot up those two men just 2 episodes ago, right? Yeah. And they're going to come back for revenge. And I think that those are going to be the ones that kill him, right? And then with Marvin is like shooting up everybody. There's a bunch of people that want to kill him, right?
With no fingerprints. I mean, every fucking where. Like, he don't believe in gloves or nothing. Like, I was like, when he... I was like, you are leaving... He's always using the same weapon too, probably in theory, right? So what cop of any kind of competence is not tracking all these bullets at all these different crime scenes and the fucking fingerprints and being like, let's put 2 to 2 together. But I thought this was the episode that Marvin was going. That's how so Jamani and I were talking about why this wasn't the finale. Marvin should have died this episode. This is the episode. You got Jukebox all of a sudden declaring that her dad's the only reason that she's even in Queens, right? And I'm like, okay, that's very sweet. You got Marvin wrapping up the storyline with a young girl, making sure she gets to a good foster home, which is not realistic, but it looks beautiful. You know what I'm saying? And he's wrapping that up. And then, so you knock him off, especially after him and Rock fight. Rock once again shits on him like she did in season 1. I had to go back and get that tombstone picture. And then he dies for her, or he dies trying to save her, right? And now, Jukebox, it should be Jukebox there so she can see that Rock is the reason why Marvin's dead. Because she's getting on Kanan's sheet of music that Rock is the center of all problems in their family, and Kanan can go, see, she's the reason that your dad is gone now, and it's like that kind of thing, like this, and then that would set her up for the insane person they're acting like she's turning into in season 5. But I really thought he was it, especially when they shot up that gas station. I thought, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. I was like, okay, Marvin's gonna die right now, but no, he didn't die.
I didn't think that at all. I'm like, I think the only finale about this episode was the little girl going to another home. And what I think that this show should have done, which would have been remarkable, if they made that little girl grow up to be Proctor's wife.
No, that's not, those ages don't even add up.
Yeah, I don't.
How does it? All right, so we didn't see Proctor's wife until about 2018 or so. That's like 25 years on top of whatever age she is now. I'm like, I think that would work.
Okay, again, Jamani, me and David have come to a conclusion about this show. Okay, this show basically has nothing to do with Power.
Yeah, we got
original. Yeah. So I don't think that that's accurate, and maybe me and David are delusional, but I believe that this show. No, I mean it would be strange to me that they have her as a little girl and Marvin's the one trying to save her. It's odd to me, but maybe. But I don't think so.
We got bigger characters to establish. And there I keep on saying it. Ghost, Tommy, Angie, and Paz. Like, these are teenagers at this point that should be running around the neighborhood with Papa, Poppy and Mom that we never even heard of. And we got Kate Egan, which is a known fucking cocaine addict. And you haven't seen any of these characters. Like, I mean, Paz's wife, that's so secondary. Like, they got too many main characters that have to be right now, like that we haven't even seen. Ghost's dad should still be alive. Fucking uncle should still be running around. Like, there's so many that they're just saying, fuck it, we're just writing our own show. Season 5 is the last season. Yeah, we talked about that actually, because it got renewed even before season 4 came out. We're like, they're wrapping this thing up in 5 seasons.
That's why I think the season finale was so shitty, because they got a season 5. If they had to wait to get renewed, I think there would have been a lot more closure as far as different storylines. But this is more like a mid-season finale or something. Like, we'll be back in a few weeks or something. Like, this is what makes this necessarily a finale. Everything is a cliffhanger. Nothing was.
That's what a finale is.
Well, that's what a finale is.
No, name any finale from any other shows. There's some sort of closure, and then they leave you with one cliffhanger. Not every storyline has a cliffhanger.
So to Jamani's.
Okay, no. So I'm sorry, Jamani. So okay, so what do you mean? Because so the biggest cliffhanger was Kanan holding the gun to his mom, right? That's the biggest one. So then, what was the other one? I mean, Stefano. Oh, okay. Stefano actually may be alive, maybe he's dead. But I thought that they were going to take care of Stefano. Like, I thought somebody was going to go and kill him. But anyway, we don't know. But okay, so that's another cliffhanger. But it's not as big as Kanan shooting his own mother. What would be the other cliffhangers? Like, Breeze is not.
They kidnap Unique's family. We don't know what's gonna happen.
Very true. Very
I'm
true.
like, everything is just open-ended as far as that goes. I'm like, Unique and Rock are at war. All of that stuff is just open-ended. Like, we don't know what's gonna happen with it. Like, you have to bring at least one storyline to completion is to be like, all right, this is the end of that story.
I think that's
for the season,
Marvel.
and now you have something that teases the next season.
But I think it's Marvin with the little girl. I think that one is closure, because he was watching her. The family seems to be nice. Doesn't mean they're nice because they live in a beautiful house. You know what I'm saying? You never know, especially But he's hoping that
with the way that this show goes, we're gonna see that kid again next season. So it's not gonna be real closure.
I hope not, because I don't see what that storyline brings to anything.
Marvin doesn't die. He moves away in the Witsec with that little girl, and he raises her, and he tells his own daughter, "Don't worry about me. Act like I don't even exist, but I gotta take care of this little girl."
That would be horrible.
But so I feel so again, Jamani and I were texting about this thing, and I agree with you, Jamani, but I feel like it's great. They knew that 5 was coming. They said, you got 5 seasons. Supposedly to Sean Penn was always the plan. But they said, we got 5 seasons. So they're able to write this episode to say, we got more story to tell. And they give you a lot of clips, depending on what you're focused on. How big is the war going to be between the final war between Unique and Rock? You threaten my family, I take your family. You know what I'm saying? So like you said, you got that. You got Marvin's actually ain't no cliffhanger with that. Like, he's fine. You know what I'm saying? So it's really him and Rock getting back together again, which they will. So that's not really a thing. So you really got Unique going to war with Rock, no holds barred, families on the table. The Stefano thing should have been taken care of. Like, if they blow up his damn aquarium shop, then he should be dead. Because if he's not, he's killing every blackie he can get his hands on. Like, this is silly. That was also
why would he kill every black person when he knows who stabbed him?
Because he's like, I'm saying, but to be like, y'all, it was Unique who blew up his shop, actually. So it's like I know who went after me, and I can go. The whole story is the Italians can't attack each other. We can only deal with the blacks. So, let's talk about, anyway, I want to do positives. I want to do positives because I was very upset about that Italian meetup bullshit. But this helps with it. So Lulu tells Kanan that Rock took out Grandma, which bothered Kanan and convinced Kanan to smoke. So it's funny you should bring that up, DeMarcus, because that was not one of the list of things that he brought up to his mama as he was pointing the gun at her. So I want to back that up because I want to talk about the good writing so Crystal's body, wasn't she found like in an alley or not an alley, like a hallway?
In a staircase.
Thank you, Jemani. In a staircase, right? There was no apartment. So this whole, we saw a black woman coming out of the apartment. What apartment? And black women live in apartments. So I'm not sure how, but she
was coming out, she was killed inside the apartment, right? And maybe they moved the body to the stairs in the apartment complex. And the only way to get out of an apartment complex that I know in New York, and most of the time in the tenements, and Jemani can back me up on this, it's the front door, right? So yes, you can see someone exiting the front door. Neighbors are nosy, so they could have seen a black woman leaving after the gunshot. Because remember, gunshots are loud. There's nothing inside of that apartment to like cushion the sound of the gun. So you hear the gunshot. This woman, they put her in the alley. We don't know who's looking through the peepholes when you putting someone in the stairwell, right? And then you go down the steps and you go out the building. And people look out their window. They could have seen her, a black woman from the back leaving.
Well, I'm saying, but you gave a good story of if they did all that. Like when Famous shot that dude, like it was in the hallway, that old man came out. We saw that someone saw him during the shooting, right? They don't give us that. They give a random body was found in the hallway of an apartment building, right? So I know what they were trying to do, and I'm just saying, if they did it right, it looked good to be like it was a black woman. Yes, it was a black woman, but it wasn't that black woman. It wasn't your mom, right? Like these are all pieces of information that you can see how Kanan could get where he's at. To me, like he's like, you did kill D-Wiz. This is a fact, right? Like he knows that. You killed Grandma. You set me up to kill my dad. In order, you set me up to kill my dad. Then you actually did kill my dad. Then Lulu says you killed Grandma, like somehow he gave a fuck, but you killed Grandma. And so I'm like, and so he can put it together to be like, I can see you killing Famous. I can see you killing Crystal. And a black woman was involved. I liked how they gave us reasons that he could reasonably believe this, I thought. Jemani, I know you feel different.
Okay. First of all, they had sketch artists back in the 90s. Well, I'm like,
yeah, man.
So why would you? It was a black woman. Do you not care about solving this person's death to be like, let's get you with a sketch artist and come up with a description or something more than, like that's like the description of like somebody in hot pursuit. Like, we're looking, a place just got robbed. We're looking for a black person. And that's all we know. Like, it's a death investigation, homicide investigation. You would think that there would be more to go on.
No, yeah. Again.
And then the second thing is, what the hell was the point of that whole Lou Kanan scene? He's like, nah, your mom wouldn't do all of that. I know her. She wouldn't do all of that. But, me and your uncle are kind of cowardice, and your mother killed my mother. So, that's why she wouldn't have killed your friends. It doesn't make any freaking sense.
That didn't make any sense. I agree with you, Jemani. It's like the young man is upset about people close to him being killed by Rock. He's re-engaged with his grandmother finally, right? And he's going to see her on a regular basis. He's loving her, and then all of a sudden she dies. and he thinks she dies from cancer. No, your mother took your grandmother away from you. How in the world is this going to help Kanan be like, oh, sure, she didn't kill all the rest of my people I love? I agree totally with Jamani. That made no sense.
No
It
sense.
just made it. It's like throwing a like a
More
log
gas
on the fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, no, she didn't kill your friend. She definitely killed your grandma, though, that you kind of cared about. So then I gotta go to that fucking graveyard scene. I appreciate the opportunity to take the photo, but this was fucking stupid. Like, I'm like, you know, you didn't give a fuck. Hey, grandma, I mean, you're already dead now, but you know, I cared so much about you that I went to you when you found out you had cancer, but I just couldn't be there while you were dying of it. But anywho, I'm gonna try to respect my. Why did she? Okay, anyway, positive.
What pissed me off was they gave Famous a funeral, but he has to go to her gravestone to talk to her. There was no funeral for her or something like.
We talked about that. They should have. Hey, she got a death scene. So how about that? Because Famous was killed completely off camera with no kind of sense. So at least they prepared to let go of grandma. But yeah, I mean, no funeral. So yeah, this was like when Dre killed the father on the stoop. Actually, exactly like it. Like it. I did not like the dialogue. This was completely unnecessary. Hey man, did you know you and me were working together? But we act like we weren't working together. But then we got Rock and Unique fighting with each other. Yeah. We got all that dialogue outside. Like any of us gave a fuck. Like this makes the whole situation stupid. Like we've been watching stupidity up until now. Thanks to you, thanks to this dialogue that they gave us. And then he stabbed him once. At least Dre made sure the guy was dead. Professional mob boss is like, I just hope he died. I gotta go. Because
we talk about there being bodyguards or I'm gonna go to a meetup or whatever, and I don't have anybody, you don't have anybody. Like they won't be in the conversation, but they will be standing, off to the side somewhere. None of that. And he flicked out the knife. I was like, I could see that a mile away. Like Tony Danza didn't flinch or anything. I'm like, what did he think was about to happen?
Hey man, you about to do your nails? I know, man. I'm about to do you. Rock may still be around. Oh, there's no doubt. Because Kanan said after he got out, he was going to see. Okay, so again, I want to mix up two different things. Like that was written before they even wrote book one. Kanan was already lying to Ghost and Tommy because he was setting them up for for all kinds of robberies and stuff. So I don't want to. We should not use that as a sign that Rock is still alive. What we should be using is the fact this is her show. This is called Raising Kanan. So this is actually Rock's show and how she raised her son. So she will be all right. Like so that's why it was stupid to even have this scene this early because she has a whole other season to get through. Like there was in no way, shape, or form was I concerned, and that's why I put this together because I looked at Tariq.
This is Mary J. Blige, season 4, Power Book 2. When I'm not season 4, season 3, when they shot her and she's just like in a coma, and then she wakes up later on.
Well, at least
Diana set her up.
Well, at least they bothered to shoot her because this right here, like
I think that either Marvin is gonna come in the house because Marvin and Lou they somehow can just walk in Rock's house. So
everybody can. Even
everybody, true,
Katie
right?
did.
Exactly. So I feel like it's either gonna be Marvin or Lou that comes either behind Rock or becomes behind Kanan. And makes him, not shoot his mom. And it could even be Jukebox. Right?
I like. So a bullet was shot. Like that's the whole point. So I'm hoping.
But I'm thinking it didn't hit her. I don't think it hit her. Right.
I'm hoping like maybe he shoots like a unique henchman coming through the door because the door is behind her. Right, so I'm hoping they do something like he in no way, shape, or form shot his mama. Like she will be fine. Like she, and this will be something that they will talk about. And that kind of thing.
Because they remember in the trailer, the season, like when they were showing all the season or whatever, we never saw. It was maybe I'm crazy, but I could have sworn that it was like a scene where it was Marvin and Lulu and Rock was in the middle and they were shooting somebody. And I thought that was like as someone that was sitting at a table or something, and they just started shooting at them.
Oh,
but I didn't see it this season, so I'm like, where did that come from?
I don't know. Like I don't know. Wait a minute. We got Ghost and Tommy going to be introduced in the last scene of the yes.
Probably, yeah.
If they do it correctly,
yeah.
Breeze and Kanan are setting up their operation.
Yeah,
they're trying to recruit people, and the dynamic duo come up, and it's like it's just a black boy and a white boy, and they don't even have to talk. It's just like those we heard about those two guys. I think we can recruit them, right? Like and just boom. That is the final scene. Like this and the rest is history. The rest is history. Like that's how they're gonna do it.
Let me just say this, right? You've been talking about we should have seen all these OG power characters.
Absolutely.
But they have had Tommy in the background for maybe since like the first season, because like all the spray paint or whatever that's on like the bodega and stuff like that, that was his tag that he was talking about when they went back to their old school or whatever. And he was like, this is what I used to tag my name as. And I was on like all the bodegas and stuff since like the first season.
Yeah, that's true. I see. Yeah,
we should be seeing Kate. So if Tommy's around, like Kate, when cocaine was still a thing, you know what I'm saying? Like we should have saw Kate by now. Brillo, hold up. Hey man, thanks for joining us. We appreciate that. We would love to do a conversation about the shows, about any season. If you want to do that, Proctor's wife's name was Lindsay. This girl's name is Amber. I mean, Jamani, we're just throwing out characters. We get that again. The whole that would be a very odd connection. She is giving me Alicia Marie vibes. Hold up, I saw that comment. I do believe so. Again, they're trying. I think they're using her more to humanize Marvin, which I think by now we've already got that. Like he's the street avenger. Like he's there for children. He's there for adults. You know what I'm saying? We'll kill anybody in a second though. Like if they, but like they especially Jukebox's speech to useless. Like fuck me, as Jukebox could be so much more. I say it again, she should be part of the business to make her relevant in this thing. But her and Aisha, I'm like, why the fuck is this happening? Like just so she can say my daddy's my everything.
That made more sense than the lady, the what do you call it, like the Pebbles.
Oh no, that was
woman.
You're right. That the talking to the old manager was completely stupid. Like that meant absolutely nothing. Like, why are you not talking to, I don't know, Crystal's mama? Like both of you, like, why are you going to Kanan? Why are you going to the molester that you beat up somehow? Talk to the mama. Like Jukebox and fucking Aisha, talk to the mama, right? Like this does neither. You're right. I'm like, yes, we know they used to be in the band. Hey, girls, I cared about you. You know who also cares? Mama.
Right.
Like, we did not need that at all. So but Aisha's, I think the point was the speech of my dad's my everything. I gotta take care of him.
Yeah.
His evolution that he changed to understand me, right? Like he's there for me. And that's why I thought he was gonna die. Because that's a lot of dialogue about how great my daddy is and how much he means to me. I'm like, oh, he about to go. Like this is it.
What about if like next season Marvin does come through the door behind Rock and the bullet hits Marvin and he shoots by accident?
I hear you. That would be good if we did not know how strong Kanan's and Jukebox relationship is. And I think that I don't think she would get over that shit and still be the ride or die cousin we see her in like book one. And but that would be if
but we still don't know. Remember, they said that there was a beef between them. But remember when we saw it in the original book Power, one. They were beefing, but they never said why. But she took him in anyway and helped him because at the end of the day, he's family. But they were beefing for years. So it could have been you killed my dad by accident. You know what I'm saying? We don't know because they never really told us.
But I would think that they were still close when Tommy and Ghost came
Ghosts were
around.
around.
Because obviously they probably wouldn't have known her if it wasn't for Kanan.
But again, as we've agreed, they're just making up a new story with two characters that we happen to know, so they can do whatever they want, and all of this is possible. But I do want to get to this, and I want to talk about the Tariq versus Kanan's motivations before Jemani goes. But real quick, he did have me laughing. Like, he went in hard, but you know what though? This proves what we've been saying, that like this is about his heart, right? Like he loved Rock and felt like she betrayed him. And all of this is personal. This is not business. He's just using the business to get back at her. But he cared for her. But like she should have been like, I'm murdering you today. Like, you ain't disrespecting me like this for all these men and my brother. Like, she needs to kill him herself, not get Lou to do it, not Marvin to do it. It's just him and her, and fuck him up pretty good. Like, that's what I'm hoping for, because that was disrespectful.
You mean what Unique, the speech Unique gave? Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah, Unique. Oh my God, I just want to shoot him in the you know what? Because I was like, who are you talking to? He really was trying to embarrass her in front of her own brother, and then embarrass her in front of his crew. And I was like, could this possibly be the scene where they just shoot everybody up? You know what I'm saying? Like, just shoot Unique, everybody in the room. But no, they're gonna let this hang in the wind and see, But I mean, hey, she's kidnapping his wife and his girlfriend and the baby. So we'll see what happens. We'll see.
So before I get to that, right? All right. So basically, that should have been Marvin instead of Lou, like with all his zen and anger management stuff. Yeah. He should have, because I'm like, Lou, I could see him just flying off the handle and grabbing Unique up. I don't see why he just stood there and just took it.
See, I disagree. Well, real quick, you said you see more Lou doing that than Marvin. Is that what you're saying?
No, I said I see I see Marvin doing that more than Lou.
See, you said a little bit different. I heard, like, yeah, it should have been Marvin. Marvin would have fucked them up. Like, so, but I think the story has to continue, but also their roster, and we've talked about this many times. Like, Rock's roster is quite short. It's just family, because when Lou finally puts in some work and kidnaps a grown kid now and his mama, it's fucking Rilla. Like, B Rilla, because they ain't got no people. Like, he's like, B Rilla's doing this shit. Like, that's the best they can do. I'm like, come on, Rock, you need to do some recruiting. Like, Unique brought half of the black population of New Jersey, and you got your brother and some random dude that he picked up from the studio. And I'm like, how? I thought that's what I'm saying. So that was obvious to me, and I thought that was hilarious. That's the best Lou can do, is get this guy to drive. And I was like, I don't know if he signed up to kidnap a kid though. But what's up?
All right, so I remember there was a scene where somebody asked him about. He was like, I got a wife and I got a kid, I got a baby, and he was like, how old is your baby? He's a baby. I was like, what? Like, they really don't want to give age to this kid.
I mean, again, as fast as Pernice's son grew up, I was like, dude, they cast it like a teenager, damn near. Like, that boy is quite big, considering it's only been a little over a year, maybe a little bit close to a year and a half since season 1, and so maybe it's the same actor. Like, so they're just trying to be consistent, but that boy was big.
And I'm like, for him to call him a baby, I'm like, nah.
Hold up.
The biggest problem I had with this episode is they did it again, which annoys the hell out of me. Is this will they, won't they? What the hell is going on with him and Sal's wife? I'm like, this would never, ever, ever happen. She's telling him, he
I'll protect you, and
all this, and I'm like, I gotta talk to Sal's people. No, Sal's people is the people that you should be having this conversation with, not just some guy he might have worked with for a couple months.
Jemani, did you also think they were fucking by now? We're just about to see that? Because I definitely was like, oh,
because I'm like, if this is platonic, this is stepping way over the line. They better be fucking.
They need to be fucking, because this made no sense to me. Like, that made no sense to me. All the OG characters will more likely be in the origin story. I would thank you. I'd be interested to see which origin story they're trying to do. If it's going to be Ghost and Tommy, I would much rather see them post Kanan going to jail. Like, when they were building their empire would be a.
But then that means you would have to bring back Omari and
no, you don't. They were young. No, you don't. No, you don't.
It was 10 years before the start of
Money. They could easily cast. There are cast people in their 20s, like late 20s, maybe late 20s, and it will be fine. You don't need. They're not gonna do it, for one. So you don't need them, actually. I'll say. I mean, you could do it. You could do it. Look at Cornrow Tom, which was hilarious though. But like, they would not. They're not bringing back the two originals, and that would look ridiculous. They're gonna have to put hair on them or some shit. Like, you can't. It's easier to get younger actors than it is to try to de-age like grown ass men. Like, they're not gonna do that. I'm gonna reach out next week. Hey, I'd be happy to be a part. I will do my best to keep my language down, because I want the algorithm to be good for us. But when I do this, I really don't. Oh, what happened to and Jerome? So they just got taken away. I thought they left the mama. I didn't realize they took them both. Like, when I was a little confused because they separated them. So I was like, why? I thought they both, and then so I thought maybe they left her, but they took them both. Where? I don't know. The season finale wasn't trash. Yeah, I know, we agree with that. What else we got? B Rilla helping Lulu kidnap Persephone? No.
Panessa.
Yeah.
Pernessa. God damn it. And Jerome proved that B Rilla had Lulu's back. No, that proved that he don't got a job, and he's hoping that Lulu's gonna pay him. Like, he ain't that kind of loyal. Like, because he got to put in work because he got mouths to feed, but you never see these mouths. You only saw them once. Jukebox should have questioned Garcia about Pop, because Pop is thicker and a stick. Rock status. So Snap and Pop. So Pop is the woman. Thank you for that, because I couldn't tell them apart, and I really don't give a fuck. And I thought they were gonna die this episode. At least.
Did you know they were a real life couple?
That's his real wife?
Yeah, they've been married like 30 years or something like that.
Wow, that's amazing. She didn't look that old, to be real. That's why I was like, what? I was like, black don't crack. Because I was like, I thought I got himself a young woman, and I was like, wow, he went the Shannon Sharp route. You know what I'm saying? But no, I didn't realize. That's beautiful that they're acting together. They had a better, again, the opportunity of using Pop to set up Raquel, even when that wasn't even the plan, is a great writing tool. But anyway, I want to do this again while Giovanni is here. I want your thoughts on Tariq versus Kanan in their moment of, I find it I have to kill my parents. Which one of them had better justification as they pulled out the gun on their family member? I will start with Giovanni.
It's Kanan all the way. Like, Kanan already shot his father, and that was under the guidance of the mother. So I'm like, what does Tariq have even comparable to that? Because he was responsible. He's more responsible for Raina's death. So
Absolutely. I thought this was gonna be a debate. No, you're right. Fuck Tariq. Hey, Brillo. Fuck Tariq. Let me put my face on the screen so I can say this. Fuck Tariq. All right, like he loves that character, Brillo. I cannot wait. I'm gonna swear on your channel, because you bring up Tariq, I'm cussing that little motherfucker out. Like, Kanan had far more justification since like season 1 to kill his mom, and ironically, he ain't gonna do it when it's all said and done. Like, she will die for him. That's how this is going down. She's going to take a bullet for that ungrateful piece of shit, and that's how he gets on top. There's no doubt in my mind. That's what's gonna happen, because this is her story. Even if
the bullet comes from his gun.
No, bro. I mean, so somebody takes. I do. They said he's 8 now. That little boy. I agree that it has to be Rock who takes out Unique. It does, man. Because like, dude, that motherfucker. They said he's 8 now. The son. I don't. Yeah, that motherfucker too big. I don't understand what this. What Sal's wife was about. are about. Are they about? We agree that he should be getting the draws at this point, like, because that's the only thing that makes sense, that he just run inside this woman's house and she like, I'm gonna take care of your family, daddy. I'm like, he needs to be giving it to her, and then I would understand.
You're sitting side by side.
Yes,
I'm like, usually having a conversation of this sort, you're face to face, not side by side. I'm looking over my shoulder.
It's okay. I'm sorry. I was like, oh, this is going somewhere. She about to be hungry. That's what I thought.
It was dim lighting at night.
Hey, Jamad, they set the mood and everything. I love it. Hey, sorry, Kim. Your thoughts. Who had better justification? Tariq or Kanan? Or were they equal?
I feel like Kanan. Because I mean, remember I always said that with Tariq, they just kind of put stuff together to make him all of a sudden want to kill his dad, right? Mm-hmm. But Kanan, I mean, she has done some terrible things that, you know, it pile on. I think the worst thing was when she sent him to kill his own father. Like, how do you do that in good conscience? Like, what is wrong with you? So I think he feels like everything that she's done, even though she says she does it out of love, he feels like, you know, you obviously don't love me because you keep taking people away from me that I love. Yeah. And so, I feel like Kanan had way more reasons to kill his mom. Now, I don't agree with it, because if one of my kids points a gun at me, I don't care what I did. If you don't kill me, you are dead, sir. You are gone. I don't care what jail they put me in.
I hope your sons are watching. Like,
yeah. They know better.
It was so, again, if we did not know how this story was supposed to end, and this was the final season, like final episode, I would be like, bye, Raquel, because you know what I'm saying? It would have been tragic. Also, good writing. I want to.
You don't think that they will Angie her? You like gunshot, and then next season she's just morgue.
Oh, that would be cheap, and also no, because again, this is her story. Like that her name is top billing, just to start there, but it's raising Kanan. Like, she is the story. So it's how, and even now, even with seeing her son going against the man, these fucking abortions did not come back. Fuck this shit. Like, I was so mad. Like, I was like, why can't? Well, he's like, girl, you know,
Jamani, it doesn't matter whether the children are born or not born. David goes off or not with the kids.
Damn it. I believe in the kids. I was like, they spit when she was like, you're my life. Like, I murdered 2 children, but I kept your ass. So I chose you. I could have flushed you down the toilet like the other 2. But what
would have made sense, going according to the logic of this episode, what happened with Lou and Kanan? Jukebox should have had that same conversation. Your mother couldn't have done this. You need to really think about this. And just bring up, for whatever reason, you notice she killed Unique's unborn baby.
That's who. Forget Marvin. Let Kanan find out that Unique was deep inside his mama, got her pregnant. Like, dude, he would murder Unique, right? Like, that would be it. Like, he would. That's what I want. Once Kanan finds out what Snaps and Pops did, he's going to tell Breeze, and Breeze is going to. I don't see that happening. I just met Breeze, but he seems like these are my family. Like, I just met you, so I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing that. Like, we need to see Pops and Snap like somehow turn on Breeze, and then so they both have a reason to put them out the way. If they bring it back to book 1, Ghost and Tommy, particularly Ghost, was like, we can't be on top until we take them out, right? Like, we need to step up. So if they did it right, Breeze and Kanan would be starting their business next season, and then they would figure out that the only standing between them and glory is Pops and Snap, for example, and then they would take them out, and then that would make some type of sense, but that's not happening because you still got Rock and Unique inside.
I think that is going to be more or less a solo mission for Kanan. Like, he's going to find out that they're the ones that were behind Famous and Crystal, and then he's gonna take them out, and that'll be like his little secret, and he's just gonna work with Breeze, and Breeze will never know. But while we're on the topic of Breeze, he's from East New York, and that's where they got the bad cocaine in the first season. I want Breeze to be behind the bad cocaine that killed Nicole.
Okay, all right, okay. I mean, just to bring it together, but real quick, Jukebox and Kanan are gonna take out Pop and Snap. That's what's gonna happen. We gotta get the team up.
I hope so.
We gotta get Jukebox. Also, unnecessary, doesn't make sense dialogue. I don't understand this whole conversation that Rock and Jukebox had. That she's all of a sudden like, oh, you must have did something to Crystal and you didn't see me, but I see you, and why can't you see me? Bullshit. Like, I don't understand how we got here at all. Because I saw you, bitch. Like, you took me to the abortion. I didn't talk to anybody else. When your daddy beat your ass for being gay, I took care of you, which somehow she forgot when she's like, Amani, my daddy's Aisha, my daddy's everything. He just had to change his views. No, he whooped your ass, and then you left the house, and Raquel babied you and took care of you until your dad finally came around to the idea of my daughter gay, and she can lick whoever she wants inside the house because this is our house now. But like, what? But I did not understand her quickly turning on Rock at all. Questioning her loyalty to her in particular. I don't know what we're trying to achieve with this. Jamon, what do you think?
I agree. I think it would have, the conversation that Lou had with Kanan should have been the conversation had with Jukebox, and then she could have been looking at Rock sideways.
Jukebox was the only one questioning how Grandma died, so I give you that one. Like, to be like, oh shit, it was her and she did what? Because she's on the. I do remember that. Remember that Howard said Kanan can't shoot. Rock is still alive. Also, can we
100% agree with that comment?
Can we believe what happened to chess? Y'all remember when Kanan was the strategist, like Power Book 1, like, hey, let me show you how to play chess, boy. This is how I get my mind right and all this little bullshit.
But that was him. Okay, he played chess with Sean one time, right?
And
in
Tariq,
the jail.
I thought. Yeah, like he got
Tariq. He did it with Tariq one time too.
That's something you learn in prison, probably.
Oh. Well, he was whooping men's asses in prison. So that's not where you like he was already an expert before he got there. So I'm like,
we don't know that. I'm like, that was at the end of a 10-year sentence. You're playing chess every day. You get good.
I'm just saying, like, I was hoping for the chess master, the one who comes up with the strategies, the same guy who's like smiling in Ghost's face and hiring someone to take out his organization from
that seems more like what they built Breeze up to be.
Breeze was a guy who watched what Wheel of Fortune and they got shot in Jeopardy and got shot in the back of it. If that motherfucker is not watching Jeopardy at some point in season 5, fuck this show. It's not that hard.
No,
I gotta go home.
David. Remember, we've come to the conclusion, the resolution that this show has nothing to do with the original.
Damn it!
I gotta go against all of that. The things are separate. At the beginning of every show, at the beginning of every episode, we see the Power Universe. So we got to take it at face value. It's not the Power Multiverse, it's the Power Universe. So we got to take it at face value.
Jamani, from now on, when we do, I guess Force, that bullshit. When we start reviewing Force, that's what I'm start calling it. The Power Multiverse. Because that's far better. That's now we can accept the variance. I'm glad we finally got to meet Breeze, so now everyone can stop saying it's unique. That is also true. And much like Ruthless, if y'all watched our reviews of that, again, Unique's brain magically healed. Like, he's completely sane now, with no medical assistance or therapy or nothing, and I don't understand.
And he's not flicking off. Like I would have thought that as agitated as he got when Rock and Lou was standing there, I would have thought he'd just shoot them. Like, as crazy as he was, right?
Well, that was the same way he was in the kitchen with Rock when it was just him and her. So I'm like, Every time you see those two together, you know it's gonna be fireworks.
Well, again, we talked about that with Stefano being mad at Marvin over the death of that made man who we never saw, the father we never saw. But I'm like, the guy, like Earl stepped up and said, "Hey, I did it." So, like we said, like Giovanni said, he should have been wrapped up, being tortured last episode. Just to be like, before we kill him, I just want to confirm who gave who the. But no, somehow they're like, okay, Unique sees Rock after all this. I'm blowing up your buildings. I'm threatening your son and stuff. And he's like, I still like looking at you though, because the draws are good, and I understand that. I mean, I'm saying, but like he cares, like he cares. You know what?
But to the point of Earl, right? When he killed him, the funniest part of the episode was the food that the guy was bringing him.
He took it.
He took the food. It was like,
he took it.
Right,
like I would have loved if Jukebox was at least along with him on these journeys, where he's like, look, you need to be part of the business, and this is my part of the business. And we could see that it was the father that turned his daughter into this killer. Like, that makes sense, because he can kill people and just walk away with no remorse, no hesitation. And that's who Jukebox was when we met her, right? Like, that makes sense. And she's like, oh, like, you got army skills now, and I can put those to use or some shit. And then like
Jukebox is harder because Marvin is saving kids. The first scene we saw Jukebox, she killed the kid.
No, that was a teenager that was fucking up. That's not the same thing. Now, to your point though, when she said if I wanted fucking kids, I would have had some. Like, you know, like she was that hardcore stud. She can get there, but like the basic shooting thing, like that's Marvin. And it's like, it would be nice to see her be relevant and be like, I can't kill all these people by myself. I got to try to clean up something. Like, he just shoots them and keeps it moving. It's crazy. Marvin is Captain Sailor. Well, he saved a child. But I hear you. He's just the community saver. Really. Then we got
he's not Captain Save-A-Ho because he killed that Tony Deep.
She was snitching though. That was a little bit different. Breeze was strong, had power, but not smart, predictable. It doesn't mean Breeze was dumb. So I'm not saying he was dumb, he was predictable. But I'm like, I just need him to be watching Jeopardy. I need him to two things, which is not going to happen, as Kim pointed out. He needs to be watching Jeopardy, and he needs to move into that apartment. Neither one of these things are going to happen. But if he's like, hey, I moved into Queens, this is my apartment. I
think that's gonna happen in Origin. Like, you can't, not in this. I believe that they're just gonna start the story at the end of this season 5. They'll probably do like a close-up on Breeze or something, and that's when we see Tommy and we see Ghost, and they're standing next to him or something, and that's then it goes fades to black. But that, I think Origins, you gotta have some story for Origins, right? So we can't get it all in Raising Kanan.
So as we discussed, again, I'm praying that it's not high school angst again. It's not Power Book 3, but now it's Ghost and Tommy running around school, but not really going to school, doing a book report about Kate Egan's daddy or some stupid shit that never got turned in. We don't even know what grade he got. Like,
you need to succumb to the fact that that's what it's going to be, because who's show running it and creating it is going to be Sasha Penn, the same writer of this. So
yeah, you're right. You're right, Johnny. Fuck me, man. That means we're gonna have a whole bunch of a little Angie running around. The writers.
I'm like, how much Angie are we gonna get? Because she's gonna end up going to choke.
Again, it's 1992. You know what I'm saying? So like, if they start,
we don't know when Power Book Origins starts. We know when Raising Kanan is probably gonna end. We don't know when Origins exactly is gonna start.
I say 94 again. 4 seasons. It's only been a year and a half, and that's with a couple of time jumps. So it could be 1995 for 5 seasons, and if they wanted to. So I mean, it's not going to connect to book 1. There's a decade worth of activity that needs to happen to get to there. But like, are we going to see Sean's mama? That's the other thing. You need Kanan turning over tables. I will burn down this city for my crystal. You're moving on, bro. Like, you're moving on to another woman. You will have a son, and you will be all right. Like I'm saying, so like I'm like, and then
but they had to show him angry about the killing of his girlfriend. He loved her, So he can't just be like, oh, I'm fine. Like he actually had feelings for her, so he gotta show his feelings.
I get it.
He cried to Jukebox had to hold him. I thought that was a great moment between.
It was. If we didn't know how this was going to end, again, Kim. It's not that the scene didn't make sense. They did well trying to make them a relationship, but again, knowing where this is going and who we see this man to be in the end, I'm like, this is a blip on the radar. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, but no, again, she was killed. Terrible when we saw it and that kind of stuff. But I still bring up to me like she did have Jukebox beat up, which again was hilarious. Marvin has an obsession for white people. First, it was Tony, and then it was Earl. Now it's Amber. I mean, I don't say he don't see race. He just cares a lot about about these people. But I can see your point. They could have mixed the races up, I guess. Oh, real quick. Rock talking to the Chinese man, which I thought was a little bit stereotypical, but his story was still solid that she's just like Kanan. She said, Kanan, you blame me for everything. It's easy to project, but what about you? Can you look at you and see how you may be a part of any of this? Rock is constantly pushing out, and it's Marvin for her. She blames Marvin for all the shit going on, and she doesn't see herself. Like both her and her son can't acknowledge that maybe some of their decisions have put them in the positions that they're in. And I think that's awesome. And I don't know if that's done on purpose, but they're exactly the same in that way. And I don't know. So I thought Marvin was everybody eventually moves up on after someone passes. Like King's Green. I get it. I get you. I guess seeing better relationships develop, like Holly. That took 2 seasons, before she got knocked off. Angie took damn near the entire series. And these were women that even though they turned on their man, they still were good. Like the baby, I don't know. I guess it would have been too repetitive for her to be pregnant when she was killed. I guess that would have, but it would have been nice.
Holly died in the middle of season 3.
Huh?
Holly died in the middle of season 3 of OG Power.
So I'm saying like that took they built that relationship up. You knew how much Tommy cared for her and we cared for her. I mean, and same thing with Angie. Like Crystal just came and went. She's like the 4th woman he's been with. And I'm like,
but she's the only one that I believe that has lasted from one season to the next. So like she's been in there for like 2 seasons.
All right. No, you're right. I give you that one. Right. We gotta see Ghost's father and how he died. Yes, that's not happening, but I mean that's a good thing also. Rock been innocent all season, but at the same time, she lied for long. So playing cried wolf. When she finally tells the truth, nobody believes her anymore. But she owned. So I would say she owned D-Wiz. She owned Scrappy. Like once it came out, she was like, I did this shit, and I own it and I carry it, so that kind of thing. Which is another reason. But like the whole father thing, like that had to be also Snap and Pop. The fact that they're the like go-to elders in the streets kind of irritates me that they don't know the open secret that Howard is in fact Kanan's daddy. Like it's weird that like, oh, DEF CON's child.
But nobody knows that. That is a top secret.
I'm like, Howard didn't even know it until he did it.
Yeah.
I feel so as long as they've supposedly been around and they knew DEF CON, they all should have known that, hey, you were fucking around with that cop. You know what I'm saying? To be like, and they should know that they could have known DEF CON.
I think that they should have known DEF CON was gay. I don't think that they should have known that Howard was the father of Kanan. No way. But I just want to say bye to everybody in the chat, and see you guys next season. And yeah,
bye, Imani.
Bye.
Thanks, Imani. Appreciate it, man.
Okay.
All right, Kim. It's just you and me finally. Okay. At last, should say finally. Sorry.
Yeah.
That sounds like we're trying to get rid of people. We also did like,
no.
Huh? Yeah, we're not
trying to do that. No.
That wasn't an open secret. I'm just so I'm like, I just feel like that shit. As much as they're in the streets and they're in the knowledge, it would be nice if they were like, or they could be, hey, DEFCON was gay. So, and I know she was fucking around with that cop, that cop Howard that got killed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they could also no mention of High Post, for example, who we actually saw, you know what I'm saying? And what and even Kanan said he taught him the game, if I remember correctly. So like those kind of things. Anyway, I just want Snap and Pop gone. I mean, just in general.
I do too. And I'm sorry, they've been married since 2018.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Is she? How old is she? Is she really? They're really the same age? Because I feel like she's probably younger.
Let's see. You can see she is.
The streets will never know about Howard being the.
She is 52.
Wow. Okay, never mind. She looked good.
She looks damn good.
Calling Kanan Stark, which, so how did that happen? They forgot about the Thomas family.
He's 61, so he's not that much older. Yeah.
All right. Still, you got some a slightly younger woman. But anyway, I felt that they could have been used more again, especially to kind of get into the history. I think again, they just got introduced, but they're supposed to be around for a long time. Rock only got 2 bodies this season, and Kanan didn't catch a body, and neither did Jukebox. I mean, we kind of talked about this. Like it was kind of silly. Like they both of them pulling out guns that they're about to do. No, Kanan. No, I'm sorry. Jukebox killed the guy to save her Marvin, which was awesome. But the ruthless killer they're trying to act like she was going to be never really never. She's not where she's supposed to be. I mean, and that kind of stuff. Kanan talking all big and bad. He should have killed OC at the minimum. Did he ever solve that mystery? That OC took his money and gave it to I know he didn't.
No,
gave it to Unique, like he still has it.
About it.
So you would think Mr. Businessman be trying to figure that out. And who's running his business now? Now that his manager is
nobody. I would think they would be in the old apartment. Nobody was there.
So what is this? So what is this supposed big business that Snap and Pop are trying to get? Kanan, merge your business with Breeze's business, and y'all can be the business. Breeze and Kanan will smoke Unique and take over his spot. That would be nice. I hope you're right. But I do fear we were just given a taste of Breeze. Maybe because he's going to be front and center in Origins. Maybe that's what they were trying to do. Is the actor playing Kanan going to move on to Origins? Is that where this story book 3 ends and book 5 begins? That's
a good question. Actually, I never even thought about that. Is he gonna act, or are they gonna cast a new Kanan? It would make sense to me to continue this Kanan until he gets a little bit older, right? So at least I would say the first season, second season, and then of course maybe they do a time jump in season 3 and we get an older Kanan. Maybe it's 50.
No, we can't push that.
He's too old.
Well, again, so time-wise, it's only 1992. If we're trying to do the Breeze years, that's what, probably 95 to early 2000s. You know what I'm saying? And again, time run slow. So it's like, what's that point that they can be like, now we're done? Like this is a finite moment in the history, and that we know the rest of it. Like short of Breeze being killed and then Kanan going to jail, and we don't know how fast those two things happen. You're still looking at young adults at that point. Like again, so that's past 1996. You know what I'm saying? Because Angie has to go and that kind of stuff. So at that point, they can't use the same Kanan actor. You know what I'm saying? Like they got to get probably somebody a little bit older, to be that version, because that is the guy who taught them how to chop up bodies. Like that's the Kanan we're supposed to know. And this ain't the guy. Like he is not there. He is not there. Like and so I'm like, I don't like.
Well, maybe the last episode of Raising Kanan, we see the new Kanan because they do a time jump, right? So we see a new Kanan. I mean, it would have been perfect if 50 Cent was talking to his son, the one that looks just like him, the older son. Yeah. That would be perfect, like the way they did with BMF with Little Meech playing Big Meech. They could have had, little 50
Okay.
playing, Kane. I mean, little Kane and playing,
No, I got you.
Yeah.
I mean that would be good, but I guess but it's still the character that they've given us. They wanted him to be vulnerable. They wanted him to be like someone likable, and him and Jukebox and him. Like they made a conscious effort to make them well-rounded people, but still not the ruthless people that we know them to be. And I don't, it'd be hard for them just to flip a switch. Like all of a sudden, a new series starts, and all of a sudden, these are the people, that will slash your throat.
Well, I feel like they slowly have changed Kanan to be a different person. Like he's angry now, right? He's a different person. He wasn't like that when we saw him in season 1. Sorry, my grandson's talking. It was in season 1, but gradually he feels like his mother has brought him to this point that he's kind of like, I don't even care anymore, right? And then with Jukebox, they're just, if you've noticed, all her speeches and everything, she's changing because Rock was a mother to her. When she was talking to Rock, the way she was talking to her, I was like, I know you love your cousin, but this is your aunt who stepped in when your father went to jail, your mother deserted you, and you're talking to her this way.
I guess, and so Breeze may teach Kanan to become ruthless. This version of Breeze, again, he comes off like a Cole, like he got the big hat, like I'm not feeling ruthless or anything from this, like he's like a little bit more happy-go-lucky, smooth kind of with it. So again, maybe they're just gonna switch him on the switch, change him on the dime. Anyway, I hope they still keep the Curtis. So I mean, he's a good actor. He's trying. He's still trying. I don't know how they're gonna get I don't know where they want him to be at the end of this. That's what I'm saying. And then what does that mean to Origins? Tariq and Tommy kind of taking their own spinoffs. It was the future. Like they were just starting a little bit after book 1, right? So that kind of made sense. But for this, you got at least 20 years that you're trying to cover. You know what I'm saying? Like, almost. So I'm like, it should be Ghost and Tom. I feel like it should be Ghost and Tommy's order, unless they've already written that Kanan's going to be in it. It should be Ghost and Tommy coming up. And Kanan's already.
That's why I feel there's got to be a time jump in season 5. It would be, we all in 92. We have to, right? I mean, it's impossible to do the last season.
Yes.
In 1993, how does that make sense?
You can't jump to 5. Like that's a lot of the baby can't stand Kanan. I don't get anyway. So we are here, and we just got to see how anything else stuck at you out of this episode. The season. Is there anything that you feel that they should have resolved that you want to see more of?
I feel like this whole thing with Lou in this bar, where is this going? What is this woman going to leave the bar to him? Is this the bar that Ghost's dad buys and runs? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, is this where we're going with that? Yeah. Also with Fame, okay, so they said that Fame, the mom went to go live with the sister Jessica in California, and I was like, really? Like, because I don't know. I just feel like I don't know if that would be something that would happen, But okay, I don't know. I feel like Jukebox, her transition was too fast for me. Like they 1 minute, she's Jukebox, right? She's singing, she's dancing, she's trying to become someone, and then all of a sudden they're trying to make her into this angry young lady who now, is like, I stand with Kanan against his own mom. What? She was not like that before. She loved Rock, loved Rock. And I was like, that's not, it can't be factual. This is odd. You know what I'm saying? Like,
she was actually interrogating her like a cop. Like, right? Like she was seriously going, what do you know? You were the last one to see her alive. Like I felt like the cop was coming out, and I thought that was kind of it. And she should have said that. Dialogue wise, like Rock should have been like, oh, you talked to me like you won the 5-0. Like this something to be like she was naturally that kind of inquisitive and being like, I need to get. speaking of investigations, Garcia needs to die. I was like, let her kill Garcia. Like,
please. If anybody needs to die, he is just like, what was that other lady's name? Burke. He's just as annoying as she was. And get rid of him.
But she was actually making progress towards something. Like, he just shows up to be like, I'm a cop, and then he just goes away. Like, I'm like, Marvin has killed like 8 people, and no one is investigating any of that shit. Like, if Garcia was working these murders and maybe he was trying to connect something, that would make him relevant. But at this point, there's no way he's gonna solve that. Rock, I even forgot that Rock killed Howard. And I'm like, this is never going to get solved. So Garcia does not need to be there. And this is the only type of law enforcement that they're trying to put into this show, which is one of the reasons why book 1 was so good, because they had credible law enforcement that was a threat at times. And therefore you were kind of concerned about, your would-be criminals.
This is like watching the Chi. The same way. Remember, like in the beginning, we had all these cops and they were doing their job, and people were comparing the show to The Wire, and I was like, this show and The Wire were 2 different shows. But anyway, like there was a lot of police in The Wire, and then all of a sudden, the cops just disappeared. It was like, what? So we get Burke and we get maybe the police captain every once in a while, and then now we have Garcia. What?
Just to pop up, like he ain't making no progress on anything. Just be like, hey, I'm still here. Like Garcia got to go. He mentioned his wife was expecting, thinking that may come up in season 5.
Because somebody's gonna put a bullet in him and be like, wow, his wife's having a baby.
The shots card.
Yeah.
No, truly, that's why we said fuck it. Once they got rid of a dude, I'm not watching Keisha and O'Fucker to be like the leads of the show. I can't. I won't. And like they're making up random shit. That black cop is back for the shot.
The black cop.
Oh, was she a woman? Was it a woman? I thought. Speaking of the shy, y'all go no.
I believe Nuck is now the heavy. You guys can tell me because I don't watch it anymore.
Yeah.
I believe Nuck is like in place of Duda. Okay.
Yeah. And
how did his character flip?
The heavy killer, who's also the loving father. That what the? I can see it. Fuck. What's his name? Keisha's boyfriend / new baby daddy. Oh fuck.
Oh wait, I can't remember.
I feel like I said he was better dead than alive. My friend got mad. What's his name, y'all? Fuck.
Oh, you said the light skin one, right? The one with all the babies.
Emmett.
Thank
you. Like I cannot watch Emmett replace Kevin as the voice of reason.
Kevin. Show. This is the thing that got me about the Chi. I know we're on power, but just 1 second. What happened? Kevin was always the lead. If you watch season 1 and 2, Kevin was the lead. He had his buddies. It was about him and his buddies growing up in the ghetto and how their families were, trying to make sure that these kids stayed in school, right? Then we also had the storyline where Tracy's son had been killed by a police officer, right? And then that also tied into Brandon, right? Because we got Brandon and we got, what's his name? Coochie or his little brother who ended up being killed. So we had all and the mom was kind of a drug addict and she was kind of, out of control. But at the end of the day, she did love Brandon and she loved her Coochie or whatever. So that storyline for 2 seasons was perfect because I wanted to see these young men grow up and actually make something out of themselves, right? Yeah. But then all of a sudden, it turned into, we're gonna get rid of the police, and that was also true. Like 1 and 2, we had a police present where they were trying to, get rid of the right. They were trying the trafficking of young ladies and stuff like that. They were trying to actually clean up the neighborhood, and then all of a sudden, season 3, what happened? Kevin was no longer the focus and his friends. They switched it. We got to show lesbians. We got to show trans. Not that I have anything against it, but I'm just saying you changed the whole makeup the daggone show. I was like, what are we focusing on here?
Well, apparently, I think I got Nook set up Zay up to get bodied. To get bodied for Rob's death, and then Zay is dead. Who the fuck is Zay?
I can't. I know the name, but I can't.
Is that the new kid that popped up last season?
Yeah, that's the new one. The
guy
little
that came
short
to the
dark
church?
skin one. Yeah,
The skinny one that was getting head with the old girl, right?
That's it.
God,
That's
see,
it.
no, fuck that show. Anyway, so anything for season 5? What's your big thing for season 5 that you want?
I really don't. I feel like she's gonna be alive. I feel like he may shoot, but someone's coming in. Either they're gonna come in from behind her, or they're gonna come in behind him. And he shot the bullet, but I'm thinking that it didn't hit her, right? Because just like what Jamani said, we don't need another Mary J. Blige. What's her character?
Monet. You don't need another Monet.
We don't need another Monet
fighting demons. And
yeah,
she's like, I realize I'm a good parent, or I need to be a good parent.
Right. We don't need that. No.
She's haunted. She's haunted by Howard DEFCON, who we never saw in High Post.
Yes. We don't need that. But because just like what Jamani said, since Sasha wrote this, we might get that dream sequence, which to me that was horrible. I was like, why did you even do this? But okay, I did watch it. So, but yeah, I feel and I really want Jukebox. We know is just gonna all of a sudden turn dark. Something's gonna happen, and I believe something's gonna happen to Marvin.
Yeah,
and she's gonna turn dark because at the end of the day, even though he beat her and did all these things, our parents have given us spankings. They beat us. They've done things to us. But at the end of the day, you love your parent, right? And she loves Marvin. And Marvin, no matter what, has always been there for Jukebox. No matter whether you agree with what she's doing or not. And he's tried desperately to get back into her heart by being there for her. And I feel like if you take Marvin away from Jukebox, she literally doesn't have anything left. And she will turn dark, right? And I agree with you. I believe that it's going to be Kanan and Jukebox who kill Snap, Crackle, and Pop, whatever they. I believe it. I believe that that's going to happen. This is what I want to know. How does anybody, the chat, you can answer too. How is Kanan going to find out that the real people who did this was Crackle and Pop? How? Because he's standing there with his mom, right?
I feel like if they're smart, they bring in the cops somehow. Like, if they're good, he finds someone who was on the bus that night. They identify the two cops. I believe those were the two cops that he saw leaving Snap and Pop. So he's like, those two, shit, not gonna happen. But anyway, like maybe Rock helps out. One Rock needs to take care of Unique. Like that's the war that she needs to be fighting. Kanan and Jukebox work on that. So like they talk to the cops, torture them, whatever. They're the ones that give up Snap and Pop, and then they kill them together. Like next season doesn't, to me, Kanan and Jukebox need to be the dynamic duo going out there killing people.
Right.
Marvin gets killed by probably the attack, like Unique, like somehow Unique's crew or Unique himself, like Unique does it.
Yeah.
And that's what snaps off Jukebox. And then Kanan's like, hey, we're family, right? Like we're gonna go out and do this, right? So maybe it's Kanan that handles it. Like maybe it's because he needs to step up and take care of his damn self. Like it's always Rock coming in, cleaning up his shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it would be nice to see him finally stand up on his own. And he's like, I'm gonna take down Unique because maybe Mama can't. I'm gonna take on Snap and Pop because because nobody can but me. And then they do something like that. And then now it's like we are together. They need to show those two being the lead. And Rock needs to take a step back. If that means she gets shot and she's in the hospital, so therefore she can't be the lead, right? Yeah. So that forces Kanan to be like, I don't have cover anymore. I gotta go out there. As long as Rock is alive and kicking, she's gonna be trying to take care of her son. Period.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So you gotta put her away where she can't, and he's the one that has to stand up and be like, I got you, Mom, and I got this.
Right.
To me,
Right.
someone.
Mm-hmm.
If they want him to be that. Also, we talked about this, which again, if they have any kind of sense, you're not a real gangster unless you kill somebody you love, right?
That's it.
We it can't be Rock, but we need to get him to that point. But it would be too repetitive for him to kill Rock. That's what I'm saying. Or he could have said that at this, if he was really gonna kill her, somewhere before now, he would have heard that. Somewhere before, and
it should have been said when he was in the apartment with Juke, and he was tearing up the apartment, and Juke said, "Are you really gonna kill your own mother?" And then he says the famous line, right?
Right, like he says it, but I feel like he would, if he came up with it himself, would have been awesome. But I felt like he was like taught that. But either way, to your point, that would be the line, and then we know he's serious, right? Like, ain't gonna be no whole conversation, right? Like, we're gonna take care of this, and that would have been the end of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then now we're like, oh, that's the Kanan, and da 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 da. I mean, someone who he loves but betrayed him for real. And I just don't think that's Raquel at this point. So I mean, it's either, I can't see someone else in his life that he would be like, I gotta put him down, and I ain't got a choice. Unique going to hit them skins again. I hope they don't go back. That would be so weird. Like, you kidnapped my baby mama and my son.
There's no way.
But I just need a little bit. I just need a little bit. I want Symphony to come back for no reason. I want.
No.
I was like, I get no more draws. Like, I need to keep my clothes on. And again, anyway, she was always fabulous this year. I mean, she's a great actress.
Beautiful. And she's just gorgeous. Everything they put her in, her hair, her makeup, everything. She is flawless every time we see her. And her acting and her accent has gotten way better since season 1 and 2. Because in season 1 and 2, she was terrible. But at least she worked on it, right? Because she's a professional. This woman's been on Broadway, right? She's been on television a long time. So she adjusted her accent. Kanan, the young man who plays Kanan, he stopped, trying to sound like 50. That was great. And now he came into his New York accent, right? It's not perfect, but it's there, right? Okay. Now Lou, of course, his New York accent is straight, and so is Marvin's. They've always been okay. So
I feel like Marvin's sounds the most natural. I think remembering Lou from Snowfall, it feels like he's trying too hard. But I feel like because we didn't know Marvin like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I feel like Marvin seems the most natural. Anyway, any final comments before we say goodbye?
No, that's it. Thank you, chat, for chiming in, giving us comments, and everything. We enjoy it. We love it. That's why we're here. So, like, comment, subscribe, please.
And Kim and I will see you tomorrow for Grosse Pointe Garden Society.
Yes.
So, but it was interesting. We're gonna knock it out. It was an interesting watch. I like I said, I enjoyed the journey. So Kim had got me watching. So we're gonna knock that out tomorrow. Next week, we got the Dirty A, the new 3 episodes. Stacey and I are gonna do that. We're gonna try to do Street Legal South. Love it. So we're gonna do that. We got Mobland coming when that's over. So we got different content coming up for you. And Mission Impossible opens next weekend. I'm trying to go see that. Maybe we can do a review, see who actually watches that. Kim, please stick around. And I want to talk to you.
Okay.
All right. Will Breeze approve the kill of Snaps and Pop? If he's around, we don't know how well their relationship works, and I think, again, guys, manage your expectations. I don't think we're gonna get a lot of Breeze as much as we should next season. I don't think they're ready. They want us to get there yet. Anyway, thank you guys very much for hanging out with us. Truly. We'll get to your please leave permanent comments on the video. We will get to those. Again, we'll see you tomorrow. We are not doing The Chi. No. But we will do Reasonable Doubt season 3. I shitted on it, but Tommy's coming. Morris Chestnut is coming. Like, the cast is gonna be like incredible. So I gotta see what they do with these characters. So we are gonna do that. But I rarely go back on my word. But not The Chi. Thank you so much for that. And we got Tyler Perry stuff coming, and all that kind of thing. Anyway, until next time. I will say thank you guys very much for hanging out with us. I see people watching, people in the chat.
I enjoyed the view very much. I don't know what the fuck I was watching.
Rewatch this. Rewatch this when we're done. Rewatch this. You'll see what we're talking about. You're gonna be like, oh shit.
Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
You gonna go there.
Oh shit.
Casey, do your thing.
Fuck that shit.
But anyway, please like and share and comment on the video and all that kinds of stuff. As they say, we're just gonna end this broadcast and say bye.